back by popular demand. The very popular Book of Mormon returns to Oklahoma City this weekend, only at the Civic Center Music Hall.
Just 5 performances of the 9-time Tony-winning musical. Joining us now live, the lead of the show, the lead of the tour, Diego Enrico, who plays Elder Cunningham. Thank you so much for being along with us. Tell us more about yourself and about your role in the show.
Yeah, of course. Well, first off, thanks for having me. As you mentioned, I'm Diego Enrico. I play one of the leads, not exactly the lead. I share the stage with the wonderful Sam McClellan, who plays Elder Price. And I play Elder Cunningham. He's sort of this like super nerdy, awkward, really loud, obnoxious kind of guy who sort of counteracts Elder Price's very suave, cool demeanor. And they go off on an adventure of a lifetime, spreading the good word of the Book of Mormon.
Well, Diego, one thing that I always hear from people who see this show, they say, yes, it is loud, it's obnoxious, it's very funny. It's also very sweet as well. Can you talk about how this show plays on so many levels?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you hit it right there like that. I think the show really has that the ability to really pull you in with the comedy and the hilarity of the South Park humor, that humor that people know so well. And really draw people in and then deliver a really beautiful message at the end. I won't exactly tell you what that is. You'll have to come and see the show, but it isn't all just like raunchy fun. It really does hit the heartstrings at some points. And I think it's like it really speaks to just about anybody. You can really find something in this show for yourself. Everybody can find their own way to enjoy this show.
What has preparation been like? We're showing some video of the show. I see a lot of dancing, a lot of singing, obviously some acting as well. What has preparation been like for you guys? Rehearsals and things like that.
Well, it's they're long days, long hours. Sometimes at the beginning of rehearsals when I first joined, it was around like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. of just going straight through and and dancing, singing your face off, acting all the time. But it really is sort of like it kind of flies by because it is so much fun. For me personally, I'm like not a good dancer at all. So that was really what I struggled with the most. So there's some pretty quick moves in there that I really had to practice on my own time and everything. But really we had like such an incredible creative team that really like gave us the space and time to drill and make these movements, songs, actions, all they make them our own. So it's a really special environment to work in, and such a great group of people to really like get to know and relate with.
Diego, for people who hear, wait, it's the South Park creators, and maybe are trepidatious about that, maybe that's not their particular brand of humor, maybe. Is this the show for that kind of person? Is it for a broad audience or a narrow audience, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think it applies to a broad audience. I think really like, if people are uber super sensitive to some things, I think that's where you can sort of make the own decision to research and see whether or not this show is for you. But there are people that have come and seen the show from all walks of life. We did this show in Salt Lake City, the capital of Mormonism. And those were some of the greatest audiences we could have asked for. So this show really, truly does find its way into anybody's heart. I would say, like, if you're really, really you want to be cautious, I would research, and read up about like what your sensitivities might be with the show. But I do think that, like, for me, I think the show carries its weight with how many twists and turns it takes. So if you can come in blind and you're okay with leaving some seriousness at the door, come and have fun with us for this weekend. It's going to be such a blast.
Thank you so much. You have been a blast. We appreciate your time. We know that there's also an actor from Oklahoma City in this show,
Yeah,
so
that's
we are
great.
looking forward to that. And I believe, do you all start tonight or tomorrow here in Oklahoma City?
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Tomorrow
We're
night through
super
the weekend.
pumped.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. Nice to meet you, and thanks for being along.
Thanks, Diego.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Bye-bye.